What's up, you guys? Holy live streaming. Happy Tuesday, right? Yeah, Tuesday morning. I really like all these strappies I've got going on. Look at the back. All the straps. So many straps. Woo! This was a Amazon special, this tank top. Anyway, when I was in Oregon, in August, I'd extended my stay another 6 days, and I didn't have nearly enough clothes, and so it was like 100 degrees there while I was there, so I ordered some tops and things off of Amazon and had them delivered to the hotel, and this was one of them. So anyway, if you're popping on, please say hi, comment, hit the like thingy so they know that you're here. You guys, I had this moment, over the weekend where I was like, hi, my whole life is changing and I haven't fucking told you about it at all. Why am I not sharing this with you? Why am I not sharing this with you? Holy smokes. What the hell? I don't know if I feel like sometimes what happens is when everything, for me, when everything is changing or shifting and I'm in this, I've gotten really good at allowing things to be in this, unfolding stage. Because in the past, years and years ago, I would miss a lot of the magic in between because I would try to force it to get done really quickly, or I would try to force my hand at something being wrapped up fast or being whatever, right? That was just something that I did. Control mechanism, defense mechanism for sure. But so what I realized is in the past, year or two, I've allowed myself to really live in the unfolding space in the middle. And so it's in that magical space there that all the cool stuff happens. But what happens, I've noticed over these past specific 6 months or so, I don't know if you have noticed, hi Pam, that I'm not, I don't know, I just don't feel like I'm as connected with you guys as I was, and I don't like that, first of all. As you're popping on, say hey. And so I think what happens to me when I'm in this unfolding stage is that I'm so aware and conscious of being paying attention, wanting to understand and see and experience all of the unfolding, that it's I almost freeze a little. It's almost, as far as showing up here live and talking about it as much, it's almost I freeze because I don't want to miss anything. Hey Peter, it's I don't want to miss anything, right? So I'm oh my God, just keep doing what I'm doing and just watch what's going on and watch as things are transpiring. And so as a result, it goes, I don't know, I just feel like there's this disconnect sometimes with me and the people of my audience and the internet and all the things. And so I just was thinking this morning, I'm what do I want to talk about? I should go live. And then I was I don't know, let's just tell them about all the things. And it's when I say everything is changing, it is, in the best way. So I have made, over these past several months, it's been such in-depth decision making and in-depth intention as far as team shifting and preparing to move. So we made this decision several months ago to start even having the conversation about moving in together and what does that look like? What are my must-haves? Also, what are my non-negotiables? If this happens, I will literally just leave. I have no words to say to you, deuces, right? When you've created when I worked so hard to create this, place of peace and, the world that I live in. It's not that I'm, incapable of being flexible, because I am. It's just, but these are the certain things that, I will not let sway, because they're what keep me doing what I'm doing here, right? Keep me doing my job and in the best version of myself. And so those conversations started months and months ago. And then as far as financially, how does this work? How are we going to meld things together with expenses and house bills or, mortgages and all of these things. And so this whole conversation started. And I am just again, wanting to be very smart and very clear and just intentional about what's going on. And so, I said, this has been going on for months and months and months. And then the actual preparation of that home has been going on for months. And I just recently started moving my stuff, which if you follow my stories, you've seen me. This is the third week, maybe. Yeah, the third week that I've been packing up my shit and moving it. But it's like such a process because I'm making that house into our home, into like my home, not just like, oh, let me move all of my shit into this house. It's like, no, that's not going to work for me. Like everything has to be reestablished. And it's been needing to be done anyways for everybody to exist there. But so what a process, right? Like what an amazing process of me understanding and feeling all of the feelings of like, holy shit, this apartment, my home that I have now, served me so beautifully. Like it was literally the incubator that I needed to expand in these amazingly cool ways. And it was the sanctuary that I could dream of. Like you guys have heard me talk about it. I've written about it. Like literally the most dreamy place I could ever imagine. It's perfect in every way. And I found myself, I don't know, 6 weeks ago, 2 months ago, realizing that I feel claustrophobic there now, in a place that used to, the size and the makeup and the entire situation, the energy felt perfect and it felt like expansive and it felt all of these things. And it's like, as I've been changing and things have been changing and I've been expanding, I now find myself like, oh, can't totally stretch the wings, right? And so it's so cool because I think that when we pay attention to ourselves and to what we're doing, and we allow the space for the unfolding instead of like the forcing and trying to get to the next step immediately and whatever, we allow this space. And in that moment when we do that, what's really freaking cool is that's when all of the realizations happen. And so I've allowed that space for me to go, wow, I really do want and need this other level of expansion, and now I need the space to allow for that, which is amazing. So not only is it that I'm creating an entire office space, I'm creating an entire like sanctuary type bathroom experience there, and an entire bedroom and basement, just like this whole area, which I'll show you guys later. I'm not there right now, I'm at an office, but I'm also getting an office, like, because it was so funny. My mom's like, wait a minute, so you're building your perfect office at the house and then you're getting an office too? And I'm like, yeah, because I need both. Because I know myself, and especially in the wintertime, I love being a hermit. I love it, I love it, I love it. Like hermit season, shit, that's like my jam. But my creativity isn't as great there. And so in order for me to stay like this, like you're feeling, and for me to stay like showing up here and doing the stuff that I know that I need and want to be doing to feel my best, and also to be serving my purpose as best as I can and reaching the people I'm supposed to, having these different spaces to go to makes a lot of fucking sense, and it works for me. And so that's changing. Like I was lucky enough right now to be, I'm like invading my friend Jordan's office space because it's empty and nobody's using it. And then as they're moving and he's moving, we're going to kind of like coexist and create this other space where I have space within that with a whole different group of people. And it's going to be so great. So anyway, like, part of the entire, I had no fucking purpose, honestly, of talking to you here, but here we are. It's all just streaming out. I just wanted to show up, basically, and that was the whole thing, is like showing up. And also to say, like, I can't believe I haven't told you guys a lot about this. And I think that the more and more that I do, the better it will come across. And I think also, like, my goal is to be able to answer some questions about this process, because as far as, like, when it comes to a relationship, like, dude, we did this the best possible way ever. Like, it's pretty freaking incredible. It's so incredible. But like yesterday, for example, I woke up at the house and I looked around and I was like, I can't fucking be here. Like, it's insane. It's chaos. It's chaos. Like, I can't be here. Holy shit. Is this where I'm really gonna like lay my head every night, like, and wake up to this? Like, there's no way I can do that. Bonnie, please lay down. And then I realized, I'm like, okay, you got to get all this under control. And then it opened the space for conversation later in the day and like all of this stuff, right? And so just the ability to know yourself well enough and advocate for yourself well enough, but then also be in the unfolding pieces of going, wait a minute, paying attention, allowing the space, even though it's overwhelming and even though it's a little stressful, because of course, like, I don't know about you guys, but the way that I roll is, I want to know what's going to happen, and I want to know now. Like, I want this to happen now, and this is da-da-da-da. Like, that's how I like things to go. And that also tends to be why then I move things into certain weird places. Or I like would force feed. It's almost like I used to force feed myself protein same thing would happen in the life. And so it's like, that's a whole other story for another day about how that affects so many pieces of your psyche. But it's like, instead, I just have allowed myself to be like, okay, life doesn't always work that way. Like, I want built-ins in my office, and I want them yesterday. And then I had a guy yesterday come and do a bid, and holy smokes, like, first of all, they won't be able to get to it till December, which is insanity. And anyway, I had to, again, bob and fucking weave, because that's what we do. We have to bob and weave through shifts and changes and things that we can't control. So instead of getting upset about it and being like, oh my God, all these horrible things are happening, well, I did that for a hot minute, not gonna lie, like sat in the on the front porch with Tony, and I was like, this sucks. I'm so bummed out. He was like, dude, I'm bummed out too. I completely understand. This sucks. What are we gonna do now? So we came up with a game plan. And it's gonna be fine. But instead, that in the past, years ago, a year ago, that would have thrown me into a tailspin easily. So anyways, I've been talking for a while, probably. I don't even know how long I've been talking. But I figured, you guys, I just wanted to pop on, say hello, and also just tell you, like, it's in the unfolding. It's in allowing the pieces to fall in place that you learn the most, that you expand the most, that you have the most touching moments, that you have the most transformative moments, is when you allow the space for the unfolding. It's when you're being a control freak and saying, this must go here, and this must go here, and this must go here, and they can't go any other way ever. Nope, just like this. That you miss all of the good shit. Trust me, I just threw myself over my desk. But, so, if you take anything away from the message, that is it. As always, you guys, thanks for being here. Thanks for listening. Is this a good time? I look like this might be a good time to go live. Not that I'm just going to go whenever I feel like it, but if the morning times are better for you, comment below. Let me know if you like live streams in the morning. That would be cool. As always, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you think this is beneficial to anyone else, please hit that little share button, share it over with them, and leave me a comment and let me know what you think. Let me know what's going on in your life. Let me know any questions that you have. I'm always here for the conversation. But go out into the world, do good things, and enjoy the rest of your day.